Hey everyone, Dr. Nimira here. So it's kind of been a weird Monday where it's been super long and I've been really busy with patients. And I just now had this first little break before my last patient of today, and I started thinking about actually how tired I was. And it's been the first time in a really long time where I've kind of had that midday slump. And I was sort of wishing I had a cup of coffee, but I was also remembering back to when I was in college, thinking about what I would do whenever I ran out of energy and needed to stay awake to study really late into the night or pull an all-nighter. And I was sitting here thinking about that, and I remember I used to actually keep apples in my fridge. And anytime I needed to pull an all-nighter, I would start chewing, I would have an apple, and I did that instead of having coffee. And so I did it for a couple of reasons, but for a moment I decided just to Google it and see what came up. Because I didn't know if it was a thing or if it was just something that I like to do. But it was really funny. I just Googled, why do apples keep you awake? And stuff actually popped up on the internet. So I thought I'd take a quick moment to share some information with you, just in case you ever feel like reaching for a coffee in the middle of the day, of something else that you might be able to do to help you get through that little bit of a slump. So I personally, I would actually keep apples in the fridge for all-nighters, and it's something that I've recommended to students that I see that are getting ready to go off to college or are in high school, as well as just friends that I've told in the past. And so what I would do is I would sit in my living room or in my dining area and I would eat an apple, just because A, it was cold, so it would keep me a little bit cold and keep me awake that way, but I was also consciously chewing on the apple, which was sweet. And so chewing on the apple actually is what kept me awake, because I couldn't actually just not focus on it, choke on it, and then have trouble. I focused on actually staying awake by focusing on my chewing. And the chewing is what kept me awake, as well as it being cold and refreshing. The sugar itself actually also just goes straight through the bloodstream to the body, which is really helpful because you kind of get that zap of energy really quickly. Versus the coffee, I'm one of those people who can have a coffee and literally go straight to bed. The caffeine doesn't really affect me as much. I find coffee to be nice and warm and cozy, and I like to drink it when I want to go to sleep. So I don't, or first thing in the morning just because it smells good, but I don't use it to stay awake. And so coffee would never really help me on all-nighters or times whenever I was feeling that slump or anything like that. So I Googled, why do apples wake you up? And it was an actual thing that popped up on the internet, and apparently there's many blog posts about it. But basically, the sugar is one of the main reasons the apple obviously helps you stay awake, because that sugar goes straight into your bloodstream and you get that zap of energy really fast. The other thing that happens is the vitamins from the apple, specifically in the skin, are a slow release into the body. And so that way kind of gives you that sustained energy for that period of time, which helps you stay awake as well. There are a couple of other things that I looked up here, but that's kind of one of the bigger things that I noticed that I thought I'd share with you today. So have you ever tried cold apples to stay awake? Is it something you'd like to do? Go ahead and leave me a comment if you've ever heard of this before, and if I thought I was the only crazy person who thought I did that. But I hope you're doing well. I hope that you're getting through the day just nice, and it's been a fabulous Monday for you. But check in with me and let me know how you're doing. I hope you have a fabulous evening and a fabulous week. Take care.